Hey, I just wanted to make a quick video on Pete Buttigieg's stance behind a woman's rights. He is not anti-abortion, and this is a huge sticking point with many conservatives. What I want to bring up are several things, though. I find conservatives in general to be incredibly hypocritical, especially this current government. The Trump administration has tried to cut welfare benefits. They have tried to take healthy lunches away from children. They've tried to basically minimize the quality of life for the poor and working poor on many different levels, including his tax breaks, which really only benefit the wealthy. So, that being said, if you believe that abortion should be illegal, you need to understand that it doesn't end with just this precious life being brought into this world. If you're going to vote and take away a woman's rights to make that choice for herself, whether she can take responsibility to not just bring life in this world, but to give that life a quality of life, then you also cannot be a hypocrite and not support that life all the way up through college. Because you have taken the choice away from that woman, which means we will be responsible for, if she could not, housing, feeding, clothing, educating, and I don't mean the crappy bare minimum. You look at the quality of life of America's poor right now, and even just these food deserts, just nutritionally, the way that affects, and when a child grows up in violence and in poverty, how that affects their aptitude, their ability to learn, their ability to grow into a healthy human being. So basically, we'll also be responsible for cleaning up all the inner cities so these children are not faced with violence and abuse. And then, of course, I know everyone's willing to give them a free college education and a free quality education. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to take away a woman's rights, you better be ready to vote, volunteer, and shell out the cash from beginning to end. Because that is the reality of raising a child. And you're making the choice basically for someone else for them to raise a child. Another thing that is a fact is that Roe versus Wade, after Roe versus Wade, the decades following, they did an intense study, and they found a huge decrease in crime in the United States. Why do you think that was? It's pretty simple. Because there was a giant population of unwanted children that were not brought into a miserable life of poverty, violence, and struggle. And this showed in society. And that's all I have to say is, it's so easy to judge. It's so easy to take people's rights away. It's so easy to get on your high horse about these things. But is it easy to truly take responsibility from beginning to end? Are you willing to? Or are you a hypocrite? And you just believe that life should be born regardless if its life is hell. If it's born basically just to suffer. I think that is a real crime.